Coming up, the story of a man who was a fugitive from the greatest empire on earth, hiding in a desert at the end of the world, and how a single moment of curiosity changed everything. It begins with a man who has spent 40 years trying to become invisible. 40 years before, he was a prince of Egypt. He had power, status, and a future. He also had a secret. He was Hebrew, one of the slave class. One day, he saw an Egyptian beating one of his people, and in a flash of rage, he killed the man and buried him in the sand. His secret was out. He ran for his life. He ran until the pyramids were just a memory, and all that was left was rock and heat and silence. For 4 decades, that silence was his entire world. The desert bleached the royalty from his memory and baked the palace out of his bones. He became a shepherd, an exile, a nobody. His past was a ghost, and his future was just more of the same, an endless cycle of sunrises and sunsets. The desert is good at making you forget. It grinds you down to the basics: water, pasture, survival. There's no room for destiny when you're just trying to get through the day. He had traded a palace for a flock of sheep, and he was convinced that was the end of his story. But God often starts his greatest works in the places we think are endings, and then he sees it. A flicker of light on the edge of his vision, a bush on fire. No big deal in a dry land. But this fire was different. It was alive, roaring with energy, but it wasn't consuming anything. The leaves weren't charring. The branches weren't turning to ash. The fire was just there. It was a glitch in the matrix of reality, a paradox. He could have kept walking. It wasn't his business. His survival for the last 40 years had depended on ignoring things that were not his business. Just another strange desert light. But he stops. The question, the one that sparks all discovery, all revelation, all change, hooks into his soul. Why isn't it burning up? He turns aside to see. It's the first time in 40 years he has chosen to step toward the unknown instead of away from it. He approaches, and the world goes quiet. He stepped onto holy ground without even knowing it. And then, God said nothing. For a single deafening beat, there is only the man, the fire, and the silence.
And then a voice, a presence, a power that shakes the very ground.
Calls to him from the flames. Moses, Moses, this isn't a mirage. This is an appointment. Moses, terrified, stammers a reply, and God tells him, I have seen the suffering of my people. The same people Moses tried and failed to save 40 years ago. God hadn't forgotten them, and he hadn't forgotten Moses. God lays out the mission. Go back. Go back to the place you fled. Go to Pharaoh, the king of the empire that wants you dead, and tell him to let my people go. Moses' response is a flood of fear. Who am I? I'm a shepherd. Who are you? What is your name? What if they don't believe me? And finally, I can't do it. I am slow of speech. He's looking at all his broken pieces, and God's answer is to tell Moses to stop looking at himself and to look at him. He says, I am who I am. Tell them I am has sent you. But this wasn't the end of his story. Thanks for watching, and watch out for the next episode. Subscribe and share.